Brandon, Scotty, Mike, and Jinju. So
Hola.
Hola.
they make me sound good. I wouldn't sound as good without them.
So later on today, Jordan, you're going to be performing at Universal Studios.
Yes.
And you're a big roller coaster fan, aren't you?
I'm obsessed. Yeah. I love
So which, are you going to actually jump on one, or are you going to roam through the park a little bit before?
I'm going to. Well, I'm going to try to anyway.
Okay.
Secretly, but now you know, so it's not a secret.
So the good news is if you happen to be heading over to Universal later on, you can ride some roller coasters possibly with you.
Yes.
That'd be sweet. So let's talk about this new album for a second.
Okay.
Battlefield, it's on the way.
Yes.
July 14th?
21st.
21st. You know what's... I gotta get my stuff straight here. I'll be honest with you, though. Sophomore album is always kind of like the tense one, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a lot of pressure to, like, duplicate your success.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There was pressure for the first album just because it was like, I needed to get it out fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody who voted for me wants the music. They want it really fast. So that was one of those pressures. And then it's a different pressure this time around because it's kind of the make or break album, whether or not, like, people are going to think that it's the right way, the right direction you're going. They want to see you evolve, but not too much. And then I have my own shoes to fill, kind of, because I had no idea that my singles were going to have such success.
Oh, you killed it.
So
yeah.
I kind of have my own shoes to fill. So I'm hoping that I do that.
So take us through this process. I mean, like the Idol thing, you get done with Idol, they rush into the studio, you're putting out an album, like, immediately.
Right.
This one you took a little bit more time with.
Yes, thank goodness. So yeah, we went on the Idol tour right after I won, and then from there I literally had 21 days to record my whole album, my first one. And then straight from there I went into promo and radio shows and doing stuff like this, and then I toured all of 2008.
Right.
And then as soon as I kind of had maybe 3 weeks off in December, and then January 1st came around, I kind of hit the ground running recording. But it was cool because I wasn't on tour. So I got the opportunity to sit and think about what I wanted to sing. And I got to write a lot more on this album. So I hope you guys...
That was the question. Did you do a lot of the writing, or was there some help as far as
there was help because they definitely know what they're doing. And, of course, there's some songs that are obviously going to be better than the ones I've written.
Right.
And I can see that. So there's some songs on there that I also got pitched to me that are great songs, and there are songs on there that I've written as well. So.
Now, do you find that the songs that you write are more personal? Do you find that do you like those ones better? Do you get into do you sing those a little differently than a song that's written to you and handed to you by somebody else?
Well, of course, because everybody has a different inspiration behind their own song. So somebody who wrote something else like Battlefield, I didn't write the song. I make my own interpretation of the song. It may be something completely different from what Ryan Tedder had in mind. And so for me, the songs that I wrote have literally like my heart in them. So when I sing them, I'm feeling what I was feeling when I was writing the song or what I went through and anything like that. So it's...
About Idol.
Yes.
There's a lot of artists that have come off the show. I'm not going to name names. It's like pointing fingers. But there are certain artists that were on that show that are trying to disassociate themselves from it. Do you still embrace it?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You're grateful for it?
Yes. No, well, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing if it wasn't for it. I mean, I knew I was going to be a singer. I just had no idea it was going to come at the age I was at or through American Idol. And American Idol is such a great... stepping stone, avenue to get to the point where I'm at. And so I love it, and I'm kind of a junkie. I've been watching it since I was 12, and I voted this year.
Who'd you vote for?
I'm not telling.
Come on.
No.
Well, I heard something that you wanted to work with Adam Lambert.
I do. I want to work with both of them, actually.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I think it'll be really cool, but with Adam, I think I could release my inner rock star.
Yeah, and then he could sing all the falsetto, and you'd be all set.
Yes, then I'd just be like... You take it away. You got it.
So Idol is actually coming to town here in Orlando. They're going to do auditions now, which, by the way, if you don't realize, you're still the youngest winner in Idol history. That's a big deal. Yeah. that little dude almost beat you.
I was really scared. Allison almost got me there.
Yeah. And Archuleta also.
Yeah.
He would have beat you, too. Idol in Orlando, they're doing auditions later in the summer. Advice, like, what would you say to somebody who was like standing? How long did you stand in line, first of all?
The first time I auditioned was in Los Angeles. That's where they told me no.
Yep.
But we got there at 2:00 in the morning, got in line, and waited. And they didn't start opening. They didn't open the gates until 8:00, and then they didn't start auditioning until 11. Okay. So it was a pretty long time. And then you start to get bored, so you start singing with all the other singers, and then you lose your voice, and then you're auditioning, and it's like. It's really crazy. So I don't know. I guess advice would probably be, sorry. I would probably have to say just be confident in your ability, not too much, but if you know you can sing, just walk up there being like...
Well, that's the funny thing, because you see these people who obviously can't sing on like, you know, the B-cut roll or whatever, and they're like, I could totally sing, I know what I'm doing, and then you're like, you got told no, and now you're a former Idol winner. So, I mean, like, there are certain people who should just, you know, realize that they can't do it, but...
Right.
Always follow up with your dreams, though.
Exactly. If you want to do it, I mean, even trying out is such a crazy experience, especially for a fan, like waiting in line and seeing everything that goes on and seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff. And so when I actually made it on the show, I was like, oh, this is so cool. It was so cool. Everything's a lot smaller than you think, though.
So are you going to be doing
Including
a tour,
Simon.
like, pretty soon?
I'm sorry?
Are you jumping out on tour pretty soon?
I am going out on tour. Are going out on tour.
Us
collectively as a group are going out on tour with the Jonas Brothers starting June 20th. So
look, everybody, you say the Jonas Brothers, this room was just like, oh my God.
I think someone fainted. Oh no, you're okay. No, yeah, so we're going on the 20th. It goes all the way through August 31st, and then I think there's a break, and hopefully I might be able to jump on the European leg of the tour. But if not, hopefully I might be able to go out by myself. But I'm so excited for this tour.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'm prepared for Jonas Mania, but I think I'll be okay.
I'm sure you'll be tweeting a lot about it because you're a Twitter addict.
Yeah.
You got introduced to it not too long ago, and you are on it pretty much every day.
Yeah, I update. I think it's really cool because, I mean, MySpace and Facebook have the same type of thing, but with Twitter, it kind of seems a little bit more personal because you can choose to get it received to your phone. So I can say something, and all of a sudden somebody's phone goes bzzz, and it's one of my fans, and it's almost like a personal text message to them from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's really cool, and I try and respond when I can. So if you see a lot of updates, it's because I'm responding to everybody.
I noticed. Like, I actually tweeted you last night. It was probably about 12:30. I was about 4 or 5 beers deep. And
I was asleep.
Yeah. I was like, Jordan's probably sleeping, but I'm going to hit her up anyway. By the way, as per my boss, we have to ask you if you will follow XL1067. That'd be cool.
Sure, I will find
That's
you.
me scoring brownie points. You know? No,
shameless plug.
Everybody's got business. Speaking of which, AT&T Performance Studio, you were looking on the walls at the photos. We've got a bunch of photos up on the walls. You know, your bedroom may not be painted orange, but our room here is. And we've got photos of all the artists that have been here, like Maroon 5 and Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. And you pointed out a couple. You saw Kobe Kelly, and you saw Flyleaf, which you really liked. Now, we have Ashley Simpson on the wall, and it made me think of when we had Ashley in here. She actually was pregnant at the time, and we didn't know, and we didn't ask the question. So as a good interviewer, I want to ask the question.
I'm not pregnant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, cool. But what I did notice is you are wearing rings on the ring finger.
Yes.
Now, I have a beef with that. I have a beef with, like, when you're wearing a ring on the finger.
It's because people turn you away, isn't it?
No,
girls,
not at all.
like,
actually.
hey.
I do all right. Thanks for asking, Jordan.
Oh, you're welcome.
Was that you trying to be funny? Because it worked.
Kind of. A little.
No,
Bad joke, sorry.
But seriously, like, you know, as a single guy, you tend to look and you know, you observe, and so I noticed it was on your fingers. Yeah. So you don't care? You just put rings on whatever finger, and it doesn't matter.
Well, rings only tend to fit on these two, unfortunately.
Okay.
I have big hands and big feet, so they only fit on those. But I do get a couple people who are like, is that an engagement ring? I'm like, I'm 19 years old. Do you think I'm engaged, really?
And
but,
your dad will
stab
happen. Someone, literally.
That's very true.
He's a
or
big
tackle.
Dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tackle is probably
he prefers that
tactic.
tactic.
Yeah. How is your dad doing, by the way?
He's good. He's at home with my brother right now. My mom is sleeping. She's here sleeping right now. Okay. But my family's really good. Thanks.
How do you deal with the time change thing? I mean, you've traveled all over. Like, what is the adjustment? I mean, like, people think you just show up and you sing and then you go home and that's like your day. But a lot of it is adjusting to the time and the place where you are. It
gets hard. I mean, with the United States, I kind of got used to it, just going East Coast, West Coast. It's like 3-hour difference, and I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. I went to Europe not too long ago, maybe last week, and I was up like the whole week. I don't think I ever slept. I was just up because it's like an 8-hour difference. And so when you're up, everybody's asleep like how you're supposed to be, and your body it's really weird to react to that. And then you get sick, and
yeah, that's the worst part. That's why artists are sick a lot, in case you don't realize. We're in the AT&T Performance Studio. It's XL1067, Stick on the Radio, Jordan Sparks, and gang, because I didn't remember everybody's name. I'm sorry. You guys are great, though. They're going to do another